What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be doing our final tier list of the month. Yes, we do a lot of tier lists on this channel. So this video is going to be the best Ruby cards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So the vast majority of these are going to be like budget cards, or quite easy cards to get from tokens. As well as that, for that reason, we are going to be looking at cards when they're not badged up. So, for example, Steven Jackson and Byron Scott. Telling you this right now. Two of those guys badged up are two of the best cards in the game. When we're not badged up, they're really not great. As well as that, it costs literally, I'm not even kidding. This isn't even an exaggeration when I'm saying it costs the guts of 200k to badge them up. So I'm not going to put these in where they are non-badged or where they are badged up, because that will give a massive unfair. Well, those two cards would be 1 and 2. They both be S tier, but I'm judging these cards by how they are when they're not badged up. So anyway, first up, Paul George. Paul George Ruby, I'm going to put in A tier. So PG has a lot of really good things going for him. He's got silver clamps. He can play at the 2 despite being 6'8", so he's got really good height at that position. Silver clamps helps a lot. Bronze range helps a lot more than you'd think. Like, it's not the be all and end all. It's not a reason to buy or not buy a card, but a card having bronze range does help a lot. It does help a lot because a lot of the time they do spot up from bronze limitless range when they're on one of the wings. However, it means that he can hit those shots. Not the greatest 3-point rating though, and his release is a little bit iffy. But a really good defender, great behind the back. Quite slow, but got good animations, so he doesn't feel too slow. So he's going in here at A tier. Klay Thompson, get in S tier. Klay freaking Thompson, lads. One of the best catch and shoot players in the game. Even this Ruby is one of the best catch and shoot players in the game. His release is so good. He's got silver range extender, which is again really good. He's most definitely not as good as the Amethyst, and I think you can't even really compare them too much. But silver clamps, silver range, and a pretty decent 3-ball with a great release. He doesn't even need anything else. The Klay Thompson glitch, it doesn't seem to happen that much. I've been using him on my no money spent account, and Klay doesn't ever really seem to switch onto centers anymore. So maybe they have stopped the Klay Thompson glitch. Either way, like, we are 2 weeks away from next gen, and the Klay Thompson glitch surely is not going to happen on next gen. But yeah, so Klay Thompson is going in here into S tier. Then we got Dame Dalla. Damian Lillard is going into A tier. An elite point guard. He's, well, offensively anyway. Defensively, non-existent. Offensively, he's right up there with the best point guards in this game. Silver range, good release. He can dunk. He can go by people with so quick first step. And overall, it's just a really, really good card. Then we have got Embiid. Embiid's A tier as well. I like Embiid. I really, really like Embiid. He's got a really nice player build. And I know a lot of people, I don't even know if it's people don't like him or just haven't used him. But for me anyway, the release is decent. Hits kind of consistently in the corners, but is like he's just a much better defender than this guy right here, Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns is a better shooter than Embiid. I will admit that. He's still a bit iffy though. He's still, like, even with a 79-3 and even giving him Hall of Fame dimer passes, he doesn't hit consistently enough for my liking. But again, as far as Ruby and budget cards go, he is not awful. Not awful at all. Luka Doncic, D. Man, Luka, I liked Luka the first week this game came out. Like, people were cooking me with him. It's just, the release is bad. The release is bad. Like, I don't know what they did to Luka's release this year, but it's really bad. And we can see it from next gen that it's the same release in that game as well. So Luka, man, he's I've never really liked Luka. I didn't like him in 2K19. Did not like him in 2K20 really. I'm definitely don't think I'm gonna like this Luka in 2K21. So anyway, now we've got Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez B tier. For some reason, Milwaukee, like current day Brook Lopez, is a good rebounder, fast, good enough in terms of perimeter defense, fast, but can't shoot. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, Brook Lopez, if anything, should be a shooter and not fast. But he's fast, but not a shooter. Like, fair enough if they wanted to make this like early in career Brook Lopez, but I don't understand it for Bucks. But Silver Clamps, moderately good shooter. D, yeah. And we got Rondo. Rondo doesn't really play much offense, but a decent defender. Again, when he's non-evo, he's awful. Brook Lopez doesn't really get much better with Evo. When Rondo gets way better with Evo, Rondo goes from awful to pretty decent when he gets Evo. We get Danielle. I mean, Danielle Marshall's not great. He's really not great. Moderately good shooter, and that's literally all he does. He doesn't do anything except shoot the ball at a okay rate. It's not like he's even this absolutely lights out shooter. He just shoots it at an okay rate. Then we have got Keith Van Horn. Keith Van Horn is going into C tier. Basically, Danielle Marshall with a different release. They do the exact same thing. They literally just do the same thing. Reggie Williams. Reggie Williams, A tier. Let me have a look. So I'd be 50-50. I'm pushing Reggie Williams up to S tier. And I'm going to do it for now. I might move him down. Reggie Williams, one of the most underrated cards in the game. And right now, I've been using a couple of the Ruby token rewards. He's my favorite. He is my favorite. The thing with Reggie Williams is that he's got silver quick first step, silver clamps, and a decent 3-ball. As well as good speed and good dunk. So he's got good height. I'm pretty sure he's 6'8". I'm almost certain that's what height he is. And he can play the 2, which is massive. He's 6'7". But as well as that though, a good dunker, good shooter, great badges. He has to be up here in top tier. He has to be. Actually, do I prefer him to PG? Yeah, I do. I could easily get PG on my account and use Reggie Williams. Kerry Kittles. Kerry Kittles is class. His release is so nice. One of the best catch and shoot releases in the game. Kerry Kittles, when he gets left open, will hit everything. He will hit absolutely everything. You give him a little bit of space and it's good every single time. So, can't shoot from deep. Bronze clamps as well, which is big. He's not going to be a great defender. You're not going to be able to just run through him. So, for that reason, yeah, A tier I think is fair. Then we have got Rashard Lewis. I mean, Rashard Lewis is a better version of Danielle Marshall. Not very good, but kind of belongs there. Then we got Bill Laimbeer. I mean, I'm going to swap these two. Bill Laimbeer is better. Bill Laimbeer's got silver clamps. He's just a better Brook Lopez. And it's a weird one. You have to know how to use the stick to use Bill Laimbeer. You have to know how to use the stick. Because if you don't know how to use the stick, man, you are going to really, really struggle with Bill Laimbeer. Because you can't, it's almost impossible to time his release of the button. Just learn how to use the stick just to shoot Bill Laimbeer. He can't shoot corner threes, but he's got hot zones in the corner, so he will literally just hit every shot. Like, you can white every shot, so just be competent with the stick, and you'll hit every wide open with Laimbeer. But he's not that slow release, just really awkward. Then we have got, I'm actually going to move Luka down to worthless. Luka's the worst player left on this list. Got Rick Smits. Rick Smits is 7'4", a really nice mid-range shooter because he comes at base 22. I think later on in the year we'll get a Rick Smits that's a moderately good 3-point shooter, and that card will be a beast. But 7'4", if post game was like it was last year, Rick Smits would be a god, but it's not. Unfortunately, post game is not quite as good as it was last year, so Rick Smits is just another decent player, but nothing spectacular. Because he is just very, very slow and can't shoot the 3. Mike Bibby. I mean, Mike Bibby, early on in the year was good. He's got 22 as well. So again, he's got that, what in my opinion is one of the best releases in the game. Problem with Bibby, again, no clamps. I'm pretty sure he's got really high strength. He's got some stats that are really, really good. One of my favorite point guards in the game prior to the initial stick patch. Does a lot of things well, but again, doesn't play enough defense to get above C tier. I might end up putting up the B tier, but that's where I'm going to put Gus Williams. Gus Williams does not play defense or shoot the ball. He glitch. If we're looking at cards to play with against the AI, Gus Williams is number 1. He's so fast he glitches the AI. Gus Williams was in my squad nearly like exclusively in every game at the very start. But the problem is that time goes on. Gus is still so good against the AI. I'm going to put him B tier, but he's just been outclassed. Walton getting D. Slow, decent in the post. Can't really play much post defense. He's not good. Tony Allen. I'm sorry, Tony Allen getting the D tier. You do not have to defend him. Like, there are so many better cards that have got gold clamps than Tony Allen that can actually hit a wide open shot. Tony Allen's release is broken. It is broken. I'm telling you, this dude right here, he's just not it. He is just not it. Ray Allen. I'm going to put him A. I'm going to put him A. I think he's definitely flawed because of no clamps, but I can't put him any lower than A because he's got gold range extender and one of the nicest release in the game. I'm going to say it. He's one of the nicest release in the game. Plays no defense. Doesn't really dunk the ball, but my God, can he shoot. Rip Hamilton. Rip Hamilton's going C tier. Rip Hamilton can only shoot from 3. Can't shoot from deep. Can't play defense, even though for some reason he's got a really high perimeter defensive stat. But he has got absolutely terrible... he's got terrible lateral quickness and he's got no badges, so he can't play defense. He's just not a card I like. Robert Pack. Some people are telling me Robert Pack's really good, so I tried him out in TTO and he was okay. I mean, I wouldn't have that much more success with Robert Pack than, say, Mike Bibby, but I guess Robert Pack doesn't belong down here, but I'll put him in C because he can dunk on everybody. Kenny Smith, get into B tier. Kenny Smith, again, he's like Dame with no range. That's literally what he's like better Dame, but he's got no range. So I'm going to put him in B tier. You could definitely argue Kenny Smith at the A tier, and some people will. I'm going to put him B. Andre Iguodala. Iggy's B. Iggy's lockdown. Iggy is absolutely locked down. The problem with Andre Iguodala is that he's just not a very good shooter. But he's a way better shooter than Tony Allen. So that's why he's going to B tier. Patty Mills. I mean, Patty Mills and Kenny Smith are similar. Patty Mills does some things better, whereas Kenny Smith can dunk. So I'm going to put these two on a similar level. I'll put them both in B tier. At this stage in the game, like, you should really be... If you're using a Ruby point guard, use this dude right here. I'm going to put an S tier, Doc Rivers. However, if you like, even just get the 15k and get yourself a Ruby or get yourself a Reggie Green, because they are significant upgrades over guys like this. There's no the point, like, you can save money in a lot of places. You can't go ultra budget on your point guard and be successful. You got to spend a little bit in the point guard if you want to win. Then we've got Robert Reed. I mean, D. He's bad. Like, he's like really, really bad. Then we got Brian Scalabrine. Brian Scalabrine. I'll put him A, and I'm also going to move Doc Rivers down to A. Doc Rivers is really good with like Pro 3. There is just one significantly better point guard, and I don't want to put 2 point guards up in top tier because I do think that Ruby point guards in general are outclassed. Then we got Brian Scalabrine though. Scalabrine is a very, very good shooter. A passable defender. He's not going to get exposed for defense, but he's not going to be a good defender. But overall is a card that I really, really like. And if I'm on my budget teams, I'm running Brian Scalabrine on all of them. I'm running Scalabrine on every one of my budget teams. Then we got Steven Jackson. I mean, Steven Jackson's C tier. Like, without badges, objectively, Steven Jackson C tier. Yeah, you can Curry slide, but like, if you can't shoot from deep, what's the point in Curry sliding? He's got like no quick first step. Release is really good. Can't play defense. No badges, he's C tier. With badges, again, he is S tier. Heck, there'd be another tier for Steven Jackson and Byron Scott, but yeah, no, he's going C tier without badges. Then we got Tyson Chandler. I mean, for what he does, he's very good. I just don't like non-shooting bigs, and I don't think he's quite as good as Rick Smith, because Rick Smith can knock down middies. Tyson Chandler, in terms of interior defense, is a beast. He's got a monster of a player build. He dunks on everyone. He rebounds ridiculously well. Let's put him to B. Let's put him to B. Yeah, that's where he belongs. Eric Gordon, an obvious inclusion into S tier. Funnily enough, 2 guys / small forward, 3 at the same position. But Eric Gordon is a beyond, like, he is a more than obvious inclusion into S tier. If you've ever used Eric Gordon, he's like, imagine putting super speed on Ray Allen. He's one, or imagine combining Ray Allen and Gus Williams. That's basically what you're getting. He feels like he's got super speed. I don't care. Like, he's got 92 speed acceleration. I don't care if the speed with ball is 85. It feels like he's got super speed. So, I'm going to put him into S tier. He also has got silver range and an unbelievable release. Then we got Jordan. I mean, Jordan's C. Like, he's bad, but he's not bad enough to be in D tier. Or is he? He's got no clamps. He can't really get any good badges. Can't really shoot the ball. Nah, he can run. He can run. No, let's put him D. Let's put him D. I don't like any of the Michael Jordan cards we got this year. I really, really hate the Michael Jordan cards we got this year. And we got Bobby Jones. I mean, Bobby Jones is in here for the same reason as Tony Allen's in here. Neither of them can play offense. And I know you might be saying, oh, they can play offense, just can't shoot. And I mean, like, no, neither of these guys can play offense. That's the problem. Like, I've got some non-shooters up there. I'll gladly go out and use I'm trying to think of a non-shooting wing. Or non-shooting. Heck, I'll gladly use a Tyson Chandler. I will never use a Bobby Jones. Bobby Jones is... he can't score. It's not even that he just can't shoot when he's open. He can't really score around the basket. The only thing he scores is an open layup or open dunk. That's literally it. The Duke can't score. So for that reason, he's going into D tier. Byron Scott now. Let's put him in B tier. Byron Scott non-badged up is way better than Steven Jackson non-badged up. I'm going to say that now. He's like, he can still cook, especially in TTO. He can cook it. But he is definitely not in the top 2 tiers without clamps. Yeah, I think I'm fine with keeping him in B. Then we got Bruce Bowen. Oh my god, have we really got 4 2-guard / small forwards in S tier? Reggie Williams get down 1. Yeah. I mean, you can't argue that Bruce Bowen isn't S tier. Bruce Bowen has got catch and shoot, 4 hot zones outside the 3, which means a lot more than you'd think. He's got clamps, 96 perimeter defense, 96 lateral quickness. So it's not like you can really argue that Bruce Bowen isn't top tier. And he's also got base 40, which is a really nice release. Kyle Lowry, finally, someone that isn't a 2-guard / small forward in S tier. But man, Kyle Lowry's the best Ruby point guard in the game. It's not close. It's not even close. Like, the gap between... like, Doc Rivers is the second best Ruby point guard in the game. The gap between Kyle Lowry and Doc Rivers is about the gap between freaking Pink Diamond Steph Curry and Kyle Lowry. Like, the best point guards in the game, you've got... like, Kyle Lowry, you can argue, is better than, like, the Chauncey Billups card. He's got Curry slide, gold clamp, silver range extender, really nice release. Like, you could genuinely argue he's better than Billups. He's probably better than Kuzi. He's probably better than Jerry West. He's definitely not better than Stockton. He's not better than... his closest comparison is probably badged up Sleepy. Or Kyrie. He's probably better than Diamond Kyrie. Like, he's in the top 6 or 7 point guards in the game. Kyle Lowry is fantastic, and he belongs in S tier, no question. Kukoc, getting to C tier. Kukoc does exactly what Rashard Lewis does, except I actually think Rashard Lewis' release is more consistent. Danny Manning, oh my god, he's awful. He's slow, he's clunky, he can't shoot, he can't do anything. Funnily enough, when he came into the game last year, he was a jack-of-all-trades player. But we can't forget, he came into the game at the very end of March. Or was the first week of April? The Campus Legends set last year? It was the... oh no, it wasn't. It was... I'm trying to think when we got that card. Did we get it the second day of Spotlights? The day after Spotlight Sims? Did we get it like March 20th last year? Not mistaken, I think it was March 20th actually. Was when we got the incredible Diamond Danny Manning. But this card is just not it. And you got Brent Barry. I mean, he can hit wide open. So let's put him C. Can't play defense, but he can hit wide open. And just being a spot-up shooter puts you in C tier. Jaren Jackson Jr. I mean, is he any worse than Karl Anthony Towns or Joel Embiid? No. I definitely think he's underwhelming, but he's just not any worse than either of them. So I'm going to have to put him in B tier. Then we have got Andrea Bargnani. S tier, no question about it. Andrea Bargnani is S tier. One of the best big men in this game, period. You can make a legitimate argument he is the best center in the game. I don't think he is, but if if someone was to argue, like, I can guarantee you someone in the comments their favorite center is Bargnani. If someone was to argue Bargnani is the best center in the game, they're not objectively wrong. He's definitely in that conversation. And bronze range extender, good speed. His block feels like he's 99. Great release, unbelievable from the wings and the corners. It's a fantastic card. Marcus Smart. I mean, Marcus Smart is just like a significantly upgraded version of Tony Allen. I think I'm going to put him low A tier, but he's nice. He is a nice card. He's a guy that I like a lot. Then we got James Harden. I mean, James Harden's high B tier. What James Harden is he's like a slightly better or a slightly downgraded version of the Amethyst. However, he can get more badges, so if you really want to pay him MT, he's better than the Amethyst. Harden can score. He can score. But I'm not going to put him above B tier because I think that's where he belongs. Buddy is like Eric Gordon or Ray Allen without the silver gold range extender. He's not a guy that I'm that high on. I've used him only once. Kobe's release this year I'm not the biggest fan of, but he's not great at all. Like, I think I bought him for one of my like best players lists or squad. It was a squad builder. It was a 20k squad builder, and I bought Buddy Hield for it. And then I just forgot that Ray or Eric Gordon existed. I tried out Buddy Hield in a few games TTO afterwards, and I just didn't like him very much. So he's gonna B tier. He's not bad, but B tier. Ray for LaFrance, S tier. You can't have Bargnani without LaFrance because, like, LaFrance might, like, some people will prefer LaFrance to Bargnani. LaFrance is the best corner 3-point shooter in the game. If you get your center spot up in the corner and the other team has a non-clamps player, 90% of the time they'll help him with their center, and you're just running threes for days with Ray for LaFrance right then or then. So for that reason, he's going to S tier. Wiggins. I'm sorry to say, Wiggins is only A tier. I mean, is Wiggins as good as Klay Thompson? For me, he's not. If you wanted to argue Wiggins up here and Klay down, I'm not going to say you're wrong. Because there's no like objective way. Just the way I play the game. I rely more on shooters than anything else. And Wiggins he's a passable shooter. He's not a good shooter. And also, as well as that, only bronze clamps. Like, Klay's got better clamps. Klay shoots the ball better. That would be kind of the debate, would be these two guys. Because I don't think these five right here, anyone's going to argue any in M and S tier. But it is the kind of Klay-Wiggins debate. Actually, I'll keep Wiggins up here. Even though I don't think Wiggins is much better than Reggie Williams. I think he's better. I've used both of them. I prefer Wiggins, but he's very, very similar. Joe Ingles. I mean, Joe Ingles is A tier. I'm sorry, a decent release, silver clamps, overall good stats. Joe Ingles is A tier as far as rubies go. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. We got Luka down there, lonely by himself in Worthless. Let me just throw down Danny Manning as well. So Luka's not the only one down there. We got a few not great cards there in C or in D. C tier, you can probably get away with running one or two of these. I just don't particularly like them. B tier, these are decent cards. Most of these guys who moved up one tier or down one tier, and I would have no problem with that. We got A tier, who I think are the more than solid players that you can use in your team. Like, again, on my budget squad, on my no money spent squad, like, I'm using Lillard, I'm using Doc Rivers, I have Wiggins, I have Klay, or sorry, like, I have them guys. I have Scalabrine as well. Just a lot of good wings. And then these guys are the best of the best. These five right here, Gordon, Kyle Lowry, the two big men, and Bruce Bowen, are the best by a mile. But these two guys, I think, belong up there in the top tier because I do put them ahead of the guys in the bottom tier. If you want to move both of these guys down and just keep... Actually, yeah, I'm going to go with that. These two guys are the highest in A tier, but I'm going to go with these five because there is a gap. There's these five guys here, and then there's a gap, and there's like Klay, Wiggins, Reggie Williams. So, yeah, I'm going to put these in a different tier. I should have probably moved a few guys down and made like one extra tier. But, sure luck, you live and you learn. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.